Hello, slots enthusiasts. This stream is your opportunity to ask questions about slots. I'll start with a topic or two inspired by your questions, comments, and conversations, and end the show by covering slots in a U.S. state, territory, or federal district. If you have a question, please start asking them now. I'll talk about today's topic for a bit longer and then start answering your questions. Be sure to like this stream to draw in more attention and send a positive signal to the YouTube algorithms, letting them know that you exist helps support this show and my channel. Plus, the more, the merrier. Uh, this uh, this discussion isn't political, although we discuss a inherently political topic. This is not a political commentary. Despite feeling I've learned a lot about tariffs in a very short time, I'm not a political expert or a tariff expert. I don't know. Hello, Chuck. I don't know about your politics, and I'm not bringing my politics into this either. Facts are neither hostile nor political, they're just facts. Please be respectful and kind, and let's focus on the slot enthusiast aspect. What I'm concerned with is how you, a slot machine player, and my cat is running in front of the camera, as usual. What I'm concerned about with is how you, as a slot machine players, can prepare for tariffs and how they may or may not impact you. So Lois and Dave are here. You've missed me. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Paula is saying hello to everybody. Remember when we had these live streams all the time? Well, I'm going back to being weekly. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And it's great to see everybody, the usual suspects. Okay, so due to Trump's tariffs, the increased cost of steel and electronic chips will increase the cost of items requiring so much of both, such as slot machines. This means slot machine manufacturers will encounter pushback when they pass on that cost to their clients, the casinos. Do you remember what happened to casinos during the pandemic when slot machine manufacturers shut down their factories? When a slot machine broke, it stayed broken because parts were not available. During the pandemic, this was partly aggravated by employees being out sick, but the equivalent now is immigrant workers being deported. Expect casinos to cut back on buying new slot machines due to the exorbitant cost. Also expect broken slot machines to stay broken. This period lasted about 6 months after the pandemic. How long will it last this time? As reported in the New York Times article, things have ground to a halt. Tariff uncertainty paralyzes businesses. A barrage of tariffs is facing a reckoning. Companies are reassessing their product lines, making supply chains, and even putting their operations on hold. Reducing slot machine manufacturing would be just another example of this general trend. Casinos have gotten used to making a lot of money since the pandemic. Do you remember what happened for the 2 years or so after the worst of the pandemic? Casinos were surprised financially when they suddenly had to close for 1 to 3 months. When they reopened, they lowered the odds for 2 years. Or excuse me, they raised the odds for 2 years or so. After they managed to reopen. Why? To make back what they lost. To make back 4, 5, and 6 times what their investors lost. Slot machines have gotten used to everything working, and new slot machines are constantly being rolled out. We'll survive this if we stick together as a community and support one another. We are not alone. But let's get more specific with my top 3 predictions for the slots industry in 2025. There's been a flurry of news about tariffs. The fact is, it passed. The real consequence will hit U.S. consumers around Memorial Day, but we'll see the effects of tariffs beginning yesterday, May 2nd, 2025, 1 month after their April 2nd start. The last container import, I'm just talking facts here. The last container import at the port of Los Angeles was April 30th. Seattle's import for goods was on April 27th. And the Port of New York's last import is on May 10th. It's 1 week from today. Then there will be no more imports from China. A 145% tariff on millions of Americans' purchases just went into effect. Since math percentages can be confusing, let's translate this 145% into slot gambling terms. If you go to a casino with $100 and leave with $245, that's a 145% increase. You've made nearly 1.5 times what you brought with you. That's how much yarn, patio furniture, clothes, photography equipment, and electronics will increase. That's how much slot machines will cost casinos to purchase. Before all this, a modern slot machine like the ones you play costs the casino $20,000. Shortly, estimates are that they'll cost $49,000. Therefore, casinos will not buy slot machines from manufacturers. My 2025 prediction for slot machines manufacturers is that sales will drop like a stone. But the effect won't be immediate, as manufacturers have stockpiled slot machines. Only the slot machines that have yet to be manufactured from the parts to be received will be impacted, just like your grocery store items. They've already been received. They didn't come in yesterday. The ones that came in yesterday are still being processed. So there's some time before the worst happens. Perhaps around the end of 2025, we'll see sales dropping. As with so many things, stay tuned. And now let's talk about casinos. Casinos are about to have 3 major issues. New slot machines are getting significantly more expensive. Okay. Repairing broken slot machines will slow down and stop. Immigrants serve in casinos as deportations expand. A consequence of manufacturers increasing the cost of slot machines is that casinos must decide if they can afford them. Do they have the budget for it? If casino revenue remains the same, which is unlikely, as I'll discuss shortly, they'll only purchase half as many slot machines as they'd planned because of that 145% tariff effect. As discussed, that price increase will not occur until the stock empties. The original price is locked in if slot machines are currently on order, but that's only the beginning. The number of new slot machines installed will slow by half or more by the end of the year. Do you remember the 2020 pandemic? I was reviewing my live streams from that time, and they reminded me of what it was like. Yes, all casinos closed, but then they slowly reopened sometime after moving slot machines further apart on the casino floor. But over the next few months, something else started happening. Slot machines started breaking down and weren't repaired. They sat there with a work order taped to the screen. I remember visiting Indiana Grand, now Horseshoe, Indianapolis, and seeing hundreds of slot machines broken with work orders taped to their screens. Broken slot machines accumulated over 6 months before workers could return and had the necessary parts to fix them. I was there. I remember. And perhaps so do you. The third difficulty for casinos has nothing to do with slot machines. It has everything to do with immigrants working at casinos. I live in Reno, Nevada, and have been speaking with casino employees. They're scared. But the managers also tell me that immigrants run casinos. They are the managers, clerks, attendants, slot technicians, cleaning staff, restaurant workers, etc. If these people are deported, casinos cannot replace hundreds or thousands of staff. My third prediction for 2025 is us. The higher costs of essentials like eggs mean we'll have less discretionary income to spend on slot gambling. we'll never stop. We saw that during the pandemic. You just go to live streams and talk about going to the casinos if the casinos are closed. We'll never stop because this is gambling that we're talking about. But gambling less, spending less money is in the cards, as they say. Reducing gambling in our lives, even it doesn't mean going to the casino less often. Means less income for the casinos. So how do we get through tough times? By supporting one another. As I return to this channel, my focus for Professor Slots 2.0 will be our community. I want to reconnect and share some interesting developments with you all. You might be wondering, where have I been? The truth is, I took a break from my Professor Slots business for over a year. With a wealth of content already created, 400 articles, 1,000 videos, and nearly 200 podcast episodes, I felt I had thoroughly covered the world of slot machine casino gambling. Let me take care of something here. Okay. But as life goes, change is constant, and I'm here to embrace it with open arms. During my hiatus, I spent a lot of time reflecting and learning. I've grown and witnessed drastic changes in the technology surrounding media companies, largely thanks to advancements in artificial intelligence. But the real question is, what has changed for you in the slot machine industry? Surprisingly, I found that the core elements of our beloved slots industry have remained relatively stable. However, I sense that change is on the horizon, perhaps drastic, but time will tell. What truly matters, though, is our community. Whether faced with challenges or enjoying good times, the support and camaraderie we share keep our passion alive. With the relaunch of my business as Professor Slots 2.0, I strongly emphasize community building. You can expect daily personal messages from me across various platforms, including my Facebook groups, my YouTube channels, posts tab, and my new Blue Sky account, which I find a refreshing alternative to X or Twitter. So let me share that. So if you go to the bottom of my webpage, you can find my contact information for, let's see, where is it? For my homepage. You can find my contact information for, where is it? It's there somewhere. In any case, just remembering where everything is, I believe that we can navigate whatever the future holds by coming together. So for those of you who've been active in my 58 Facebook groups, the 56 states, territories, and federal district. Hi, Magpie. How you doing? Okay. Okay. So for those of you who've been active in my 58 Facebook groups, I'm excited to announce that they are back in action. I paused them with it's a technical issue I don't need to get into. So they're back alive again, and I've also reactivated my online courses. If you previously purchased access, log into your account on Professor Slots courses, courses.professorslots.com, and dive back in. But that's not all. I will now soon introduce a paid community option, starting with a free 30-day trial membership. Trial period. Expect exclusive announcements and importantly, weekly members-only live streams where we can discuss strategies, share our experiences, and build our skills together. Yes, I will be calling it what I used to call my community, Slots IQ, the Slots IQ community. I'll also be rolling out a refreshed version of my foundational course, 30 Days to Play Slots Smarter and Win, for the learners among us. Let me share that. Yeah. If you've previously purchased this course, 30 Days to Play Slots Smarter and Win, here in the center, you'll retain access for as long as my business exists. Kim, ask your questions. I've been waiting for questions. Ask your questions. The answer to your concern is, her question is here. Yes, I will be answering questions. You just have to ask. Right. So, good question. First question. If you previously purchased this course, rest assured you'll retain access for as long as my business exists, because I'm here to stay. I also will be updating it, and so you won't be having to purchase any. If you've already purchased it, you won't have to purchase anything else to have access to the refreshed version as I work through it. In addition, the next cycle of my advanced course, Slots Labs, will commence shortly. And several of you have already signed up, and several of you in the show have signed up, and I appreciate that. There's 16 days before the class starts, although the first week is going to be introductions, and then the second week is going to be Memorial Day. So the third week, about a month from now, will be when it really gets serious, and I'll turn off registration unless the course fills beforehand. It hasn't yet. Thank you, Paula. I'll share that with everybody. So I'll interrupt my presentation with your questions and concerns, and we'll cover them. Let's see. Okay, these courses are designed to provide. Right. These courses are designed to provide structured learning experiences, breaking down slot playing strategies step by step, rather than overwhelming you with the vast content available on my YouTube channel. With so many subscribers and even more potential members, I'm committed to offering focused support that works for you. Please be aware that I am going to grow. One of the things that's going to happen here, it's a 2025 prediction for me, so I haven't mentioned it. It's a bonus prediction is the slot machine YouTubers, and only me and maybe one other person looks like he started, are about education. The others are about entertainment, recording long slots play and then cutting out losing streaks and then saying, see, I won, where I cover state laws, marketing practices at the casino to be aware of, how to win, all these things. I'm going to be exploding, and that's fine. But but all of the slot machine YouTube channels are going to be reducing their income. Why? The economy. Advertisers are not going to be wanting to put videos, paying for video ads. And that's how we get paid for that side of things. I'm not concerned about it. I'm concerned about the other slots channels. Some of them are my friends, and I wish them well. A lot of people on YouTube don't do anything else. Yeah. Any case, yes, and Serenacy. Happy to see you as well. Yep. And also I have a question from Kim. Going on a cruise, Norwegian Epic next week. Any strategy for slots? Best time to play? Any tips would be appreciated. Okay, when you go on a cruise ship, let's say it's a 7-day cruise. You get there on noon on Sunday, and the gambling should be finished, over, done. Don't gamble anymore. Noon on Tuesday. You've got the first 48 hours First 48 hours, I mean, if it's a 2-day cruise, I'm not talking that. I'm talking 7-day cruise. First 48 hours is when you play. And then you have to do the most difficult thing that you can imagine. You have to not play with your winnings, which are just sitting there in your stateroom or your room. Yeah, it's hard. So winning occurs in the first 2 days. Feel free to do what others have done. You'll see the comments in my posts about this question. Feel free to do what others have done. Take half of your winnings and spend them the last 5 days of your cruise and say, wow, I lost it all. John was right. Or you can just, take it from me, take it from them. Don't, give back everything, because they raise the odds to get you excited and they expect you to sit on your winnings. No, they don't expect you to sit on your winnings. They expect you to give it back. That's the answer to your question. And good to see you too. 10-day cruise, first 2 days. It might stretch to 3, but 4, 5, 6, no. Yeah. 2 days for a 7-day cruise, 3 days for a 10-day cruise, half a day for a 2-day cruise. Thank you for letting us know. And also, Serenity, so happy to see you as well. All right, so I told you about Slots Labs starting again in 2 weeks. Feel free to sign up. If you are a member of my email subscription, check your emails. Limiting enrollment, and we'll be, for those who have signed up, we'll be using the Volley app again, and as well as live streams during it. But for those who can't make Volley, it's going to be 24-hour access to me. Well, not when I'm sleeping, not when I'm live streaming, but I'll be responding. So these courses are designed to provide structured learning experiences, breaking down slots playing strategies step by step, rather than overwhelming you with the vast content available on my YouTube channel. I think I'm over 1,200 videos at this point, and this might be my 223rd or 4th live stream. With so many subscribers and even more potential members, I'm committed to offering focused support that works for you. Also, I'm announcing right now, at this moment, I have started the new and improved Slots IQ community. I know some of you have missed it. I know I did. You can join here on courses.professorslots.com, and you can choose between 2 tier levels. This is like players clubs. The silver tier has a bunch of different things that we'll talk about, but the gold level, the upper tier, has everything that the silver has and weekly Zoom meetings. So it provides what both do will provide instant access to each other and me through a synchronous app called the Volley app, which I can sort of share, but there's not much to show you. So I'll refrain. We'll have more to show later. Some of you who participated in my advanced course previously, Slots Labs, may remember the Volley app from there. They came back. It's more expensive. Now they'll survive. One of the developers for the company that was putting it out there purchased the Volley app, and now they kind of runs it with a few other people who work on it on a voluntary basis. It's a great app, and I'm glad to have it. And I think it works great for me. Let's see, the range of 2 years ago, the range of slot machines went from 1 cent to now it's 1 cent to $5. How does that range change affect strategies? So yes, there's a question here. Let me just finish this section, this paragraph. You can The app is all about a community. It's an app on your phone, but also on your internet browser. It allows you to leave direct messages, text messages, audio, or video. Do a video if you're at the casino and want to share a win. Or if you're not winning and want a second opinion about how to proceed, ask. This app is all about community. If you do record at the casino, there's a lot of background noise. You may not be aware of it. You can use your earphones, earbuds, and we'll be able to hear you instead of going, I see his lips moving and there's a lot of noise. So these features are included in the silver tier level, which is slightly less expensive than the gold tier. Gold tier includes everything from the silver, including access to the silver tier, but it also comes with a weekly Zoom meeting. I'm offering monthly, 6-month. Let's see, we'll go to the silver. I'll show you that. I'm offering monthly, 6-month, and yearly subscriptions for silver and gold. Best of all, each comes with a 1-month free trial. So there's zero risk to trying it out. Again, I'm announcing this here for the first time because I like you best. So join now. In summary, exciting times are ahead. So are you ready for the next chapter? If not, don't worry. I'm here to make your slots journey a fantastic experience. Let's spin those reels and enjoy the thrill of the game together. Happy spinning. The next section of the show focuses on one state. Next up, Alabama slot machine gambling. If you live or play in Alabama, comment in the live stream or leave a message below and tell us about your experiences there. Thanks. So I'm going to take some questions now before we get into Alabama. And I have, looks like I have one question. I've already answered the question about cruise ships, 10-day cruises. Magpie 11 says 2 years ago, the range of slot denominations was 1 cent to 10 cent. Now it's 1 cent to $5. How does this range change affect strategies? It doesn't. It affects whether or not people would play it. Oh, I've got a guest. Okay. Settle down. That's Hetty. The other one was Emil, named after scientists. Hetty Lamar, inventor of Wi-Fi. She also was Walt Disney's inspiration for Snow White, and Emil Lenz is the discoverer, a physicist discovered the induced magnetic field, which is why we have all our electronics. Okay, so people will want to spend less, particularly with what's coming. Eggs are going to be more expensive, and it's going to be an issue. And so they're not going to want to spend as much money. That means that the casino is going to do a couple of things. Some casinos, as we've talked about in the distant past, over a year ago, some casinos will say, let's lower the odds so we can get more people in and improve our reputation. While more, I think on average, ended up being more likely they will reduce the odds, or increase the odds so that they make more money from those who do show up. Which one does your casino do? So that's what you have to watch for. If the price changes, less people come in, casino's going to react. What happens? And that's the casino's choice. So we need to watch what they do. This casino, that casino, the next casino. Some of you, let's see. Yes. So Vito says, I changed your 5-spin method to an 8, which I talk about in the video. Go ahead, take this and run with it. Learn what works at your casino, as we were just discussing. If you think 8 works better, great. If you think 3 works better, great. I recommend 5 only because it's kind of the average. But I also recorded, I haven't done this everywhere, it's only since I've been in Reno, where I would go and play and I would hit on the first bet, which the 5-spin method says, stop, go to the next machine. And so a lot of them were just like 1-spin method. Now, you can also vary it by saying, well, I'm not going to stop at the first win. I'm going to play 8 times rather than stop. And, that's a change, but that is a variation. One of the things I'm going to be doing is talking about 5-spin method a lot more. There's going to be a bunch of videos coming out where I'm going to talk about what about this change, what about that change, what's the effect, and what might you try. So Vito, well done, well done. Is that to Saboteur? But that is one of 2 saboteurs, both Emil and Hetty. One is Saboteur number 1, and one is Saboteur number 2, as Chuck named them because of the drop-offs when the modem got hit. Well, I keep the modem off the table now, and it's kind of secured from meddling with my cats. Thank you. We're all remembering, what it was like here a year and a half ago when I stopped doing regular weekly live streams. So Vito says also some of your best advice: go on holidays, busy rush hour, and then go and play the most visible machine. I want a lot that way sometimes when on 8th spin. I've been talking to people this whole time. I answer emails within a day this whole time when I was supposedly on a break. And people told me about, thanks, John, for the $17,000 profit that I won over Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's. You're welcome. Okay. So let's talk about Alabama. Alabama slot machine gambling. Let's see here. There we are. Alabama slot machine gambling consists of 5 casinos, 1 pari-mutuel racetrack, 3 tribal American Indian tribal casinos, and a cruise ship. So I have this series that I provide here. So Vito is saying that your advice is excellent, definitely underrated. That's one of the changes that you'll see with Professor Slots 2.0. I'm awesome. I don't like that. I don't like feeling that way. I don't like thinking that way about myself. But I'm awesome. This channel's awesome. And you know how I know that? I have proof now. I have proof I didn't have before. Before it was just a feeling. Now I have proof. Do you know how many viral videos I have on YouTube? Do you know how many viral videos I have on YouTube? 133. Do you know how many the other slots channels have? 12. Toot your horn. Paula says, toot your horn. So Vito says your advice is excellent, definitely underrated. As you said, though, before casinos changed the rules. Times, casinos respond to economic times. Vito says at times I was accused of cheating. Yeah, no, my fans get that. They're banned from casinos for something. You can't be, it's all luck. You can't have anything to do with it. And they're like, no, actually, if you go through the rules and no, it's you, ban. Okay. Kitty sighting. Well, I've missed Serenity saying kitty sighting. And now it's a Professor Slots live stream. And Magpie says Vegas tourism from Canada and Mexico is down. I didn't even talk about that. I talk about casinos. I didn't talk about the whole industry. Yeah. It's just see how the casinos adjust. Exactly, that's what you think about. And Magpie says, "You are awesome. Thank you. I'll try to accept that. It's hard, but I'll try." And Vito also goes on and says, "I was banned. They didn't like I knew some tricks." Oh yeah, no. Be careful if you go to tribal casinos. There's a great book, The Law for Gambling, um, uh, Bob Narcissian, and he has a chapter 8. It's titled Tribal Casinos, WTF, OMG. And that's what he called the title, and he works with people to get them out of tribal jail, which is like a different experience. Yeah. They didn't like it. That's the reason. Yeah, that happens. Things you have to deal with when you're a Professor Slots fan. So the minimum legal gambling age in Alabama depends upon the gambling activity. For land-based casinos, it's 21. Poker rooms, 21. Bingo, 18. There's no lottery. And pari-mutuel wagering, it's 18. The legal nature of Alabama slot machines has been relatively stable and accepted by state authorities since Victoryland reopened in 2016 after multiple raids over the decade. Again, Alabama has no state lottery. Private ownership. This is a change. Private ownership of a traditional Vegas-style Class 3 slot machine in Alabama is illegal, unless it was manufactured before 1960. So antiques are now allowed. With the passing of HB 40 in the 2022-23 legislative year, pre-1960s antique slot machines are legal to own, even if they are Class 3 slot machines. So one of the synopses of HB 40 was exempt from crime of possession of a gambling device under certain circumstances for slot machines manufactured before 1960, before became law without the governor's signature. It is illegal to own a competition style or bingo slot machine, Class 2 gaming machine privately. And Vito says, "Thank you so much. I always walked away after a big win." People remember me saying, "Can you help me walk away after a big win?" Okay, I can say something that'll help you walk away after a big win. Listen carefully to the sound of my voice. Run. 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 And remember me saying that when you win. And that helps people. So walking away after a big win, he says, saves you so much more. You're too emotional to play anymore, unless, of course, I knew it was a hot slot. Yeah. And I'm waiting for this noise to go away. Why is this? There we go. Right. And the federal IGRA regulates casino bingo style tribal casinos in Alabama. The IGRA allows tribes to offer certain types of games that are not prohibited. Come on now. Make less noise. Okay. There we go. Electronic noise. It's like the bane of my PhD. Where's that signal coming from? In case you don't know, I have a doctorate in aerospace engineering, and I've worked on jet engine manufacturing design for about 20 years. Alabama's Constitution once banned all forms of gambling until amendments allowed for pari-mutuel racing in 1971 and charitable bingo in 1980. Therefore, the federal IGRA allows Alabama's federally recognized tribes to offer bingo as a gaming machine. Alabama still prohibits Vegas-style slot machines and table games. Alabama has 4 racing commissions: Birmingham, Greene County, Macon County, and Mobile County. Each commission regulates pari-mutuel wagering and simulcast betting at its local municipality. So let's see, casinos. These are the casinos. And I bring that up. Maybe I'll bring that up a little bit for you. That's as big as I can make it. Okay. And right. So those are the casinos, and three of those are Wind Creek Casino at three different locations. And so what else do we have here? Payout returns. Gaming regulations in Alabama, commercial or tribal, do not include legal limits for theoretical payouts. Further return statistics are unavailable to the public. And we have a question from Jennifer, which is, let's see, this. Do you think universal basic income will disrupt the gambling industry? Do you think casinos will even be around? That's a pretty extreme point of view. And income will there is it's all speculative. There's a lot going on. Who knows how it's going to handle? Let's be here. Be on my Slots IQ community, and as these things are rolled out, I mean, it's a play-by-play situation. What's going to happen? I don't know. Let's be here together. Support one another. Will casinos go away? Gambling. What happened in America? There's a pandemic. Something pretty spectacular was American Prohibition, which was also about gambling, not just drinking or distribution of alcohol. Speakeasies, illegal speakeasies became available, and we continued to gamble. In fact, it's also known as the golden age of slot machines. So yes, it may be hard to have 10,000 people a day if casinos close. It's also, I don't see casinos closing because it's a moneymaker, and I can see it getting bad though. Everything being tight, like it was during the pandemic. It's what we've seen before. During the pandemic, we hadn't seen any of that before, and we were all like, "What's going on?" But only 5 years ago, we saw stuff with casinos closing, which hasn't happened yet now, but it happened 5 years ago. And people, came here and talked, and what's going on? When will my casino reopen? Do they close? Yeah, we've been through this. We can, calm and let's march forward. And Rito, Magpie asked you the question, what state are you in? Let's see. Tell you one thing, you need to learn the casino floor and remember them. Really helps with all your strategy. Yes? Viral video. Make sure you like this video below if you would, and that would be great to let YouTube know that you guys exist. A lot of you are, it's not a criticism, but a lot of you are very quiet. A lot of people watching are very quiet and not asking questions. Maybe you need to get used to it again. That's, go ahead and ask. Please, some of the issues that I affected my leaving for a while was YouTube thought a lot of you were fake and was having my income. I talked about some of that in my last live streams a year and a half ago. And it was just like, what's going on? And one thing that you can do to fix that problem is just say hello. Say cat sighting. Ask a question. Yeah. Ontario. Vito, Lois, and Dave, who are also in the chat, or at least they were in the beginning, are also in Ontario. Perhaps you should join my, let's see here if I can get that open, Facebook group for Canada. Oops, I don't want that. I want this. Well, anyway, I have a Canada Facebook group, and that will, yeah, I'm not logged in, and maybe you guys could talk there. Yeah. If you go to professorslots.com/FB, let's see, I think I should be able to do that. professorslots.com/FB. Where are you? There you are. And yes, professorslots.com/FB. And that is where I show the links to my channels, my Professor Slots enthusiasts. So there's actually 59, 58, 56, 1 plus 56 plus 2. It's 59 Facebook groups, which are now all back on, and I check every day. I'm moderating them. Okay. Last call for questions. Ask them now or wait till next week. And I'll give you all a second. Yes, Vito, we know about Canada tax-free. Thank you for reminding us. Right. Yes, you've made the point. You've made the point, Vito. We got it. So let's come back to this. So, okay, I guess I'll call it. That's it. And hey, Len, glad that you're here. You just came in at the end there. Okay, so that's it. What a remarkable live stream. I'll see you next Saturday at noon Eastern or in the Pacific time zone at 9 a.m. Next week, I've lined up 2 security and privacy experts to talk to us about casino safety. Until then, happy spinning.